Today I'm going to give you a little tour of my sketchbook. This was given to me 2 years ago, and on the cover I have some stickers. This I bought off a friend, and the rest are from a school function. Oh yeah, this used to have a strap, but it's well loved, so so I had a couple of drawings before this. They were for Inktober, because I tried doing that, and I didn't finish it. I only had a couple. Most of them are gone, I think. I was frustrated with the quality because I thought all of them weren't very good. This one, Cruel. Not a big fan of this. The shadows are a little weird. This was inspired by that scene in Despicable Me where Gru pops the kid's balloon. Next. These are just notes for school. Anyway, I should have showed it like this. This is Clock. This was inspired by, I think, Over the Garden Wall. Though they don't have any sort of characters like this is more of something you'd see in Beauty and the Beast. I really hate this. This is bad. My handwriting is bad. And there's a lot wrong with this. Okay, I don't think the dogs are gonna stop anytime soon, so we're just gonna push onwards. As I was saying, this artwork has a lot wrong with it. It's just really awkward looking, and the lines aren't confident. And I keep trying to do this hatching sort of style, but I don't have a good grasp on how to do it properly. But I have been working on it since. This was inspired by I forgot her. Based in somewhere in America. She draws a lot of she makes a lot of these sort of split artworks. So for Slice, that's what I tried to do. Though I don't like it very much. The proportions are a bit weird, and it doesn't really register that these are supposed to be a male and female. And I guess after dropping the ball in the first few pages, I decided to take it seriously and work on improving. So this was the Gibson girl. I tried drawing her. Not great, to be honest. You can see more of me trying to do that hatching thing, but these aren't great, honestly. People seem to like this though, but I think the closest I got to actually drawing the Gibson girl accurately was here. You can see that. I usually just use these pages just because it looks cleaner that way. This is just some school stuff, so ignore that. This is from April and Her Week of Wonders. That's a good movie. If you haven't seen that, I recommend it. These are just screen caps from Google that I found and copied directly. Yeah, I think these are pretty good. They aren't exactly accurate, but I think, if you compare it to the first, especially if you compare it to the first artworks, these are much better. And I tried going over it with the pen here, as you can see. I think it looks good. Here is me and my friend Jeffrey from the Minute Burger videos. We tried drawing SCPs just based on their description. SCPs are, I think, they stand for Special Containment Procedures or something. They're like monsters, and the SCPs are like how the government contains these monsters or aliens. And the description for this, it sort of describes a Cthulhu type character, but I thought it would be funny if I just drew Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man instead. And this is just, I copied it based on a drawing I found on Google. Some official art. Here's SCP-3119. I forget what he looks like exactly. It's sort of a monkey chicken, based on what I understood. And here are some drawings of rams and wings and swans. I'll show you what that came to be later. Here's an ice lion. Honestly, pretty bad. It was meant to be an ice lion, but I didn't know how to show that it was an ice lion. So here's just a lion with sort of a gem face and a badly drawn snowflake on the upper right. This page was just for fabric because I wanted to figure out how to draw clothing folds and creases. As you'll see later that I don't get anywhere far with that. It's one of my weaknesses. But these drawings down here that I based on some clothing creases and references pictures, they're pretty alright, but that's just copying. I don't really know how to apply that knowledge to actual illustration. Here we have I tried drawing noses. I think I was trying to learn how to draw more realistically because I used to draw really cartoony, and I guess when I was given this sketchbook, I wanted to try to improve myself and get better at get better at drawing in general. And these noses aren't anything special. Can't really say much about them, really. These are for a project I had in one of my science classes. These are local innovations. I think this is the e-jeepney. This is like a iPhone case. I mean an ID case that can charge your phone or something. Oh, this was a sketch for a poster from a math class that I never really used because I don't think my group thought it was the best choice. Oh, here's my attempt at an hourly comic. My style was pretty inconsistent. You can clearly see from 12 to 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. that they're pretty similar actually, but from 8 to 9 a.m. the way I drew myself changed a lot. I wasn't really good at maintaining maintaining a style. Like I couldn't stay on model for something. But I think I did a good job of representing what happened that day. This was when we were presenting this. But here, I already joined my school's newspaper. And this was for Valentine's, so I joined around February, I think. And these are some drawings of Cupid that I didn't go with, I think. I think it was supposed to be like this. But then I thought, because these are based on stuff I found off Google Images, so I thought, it wouldn't be fair if I used those, so If you can see here, there's like a drawing of someone winking and pointing, like doing finger guns. Yeah, I ended up with like a baby doing finger guns and wings. Oh, here's a bit of a mind map I made for, I don't remember what subject it was. I think it was a communications class, or it was basically just an English class. And this is Haley Blay. I don't remember which video it was, but yeah, this is her. You can see I keep trying to do the cross hatching, but I never figured out how to do it properly. This next page is my attempt at doodling. I watched a couple of doodle videos and I thought of emulating it, but I don't think I did that very effectively. Here's me trying to figure out how to shade. I'm still not the strongest at shading, but here's this this gradient that some artists recommend for beginner artists to practice, and there are a few things here that I'd like to discuss. So there's this character. This is me trying to work out perspective without doing it properly, I think. Here's some foreshortening that's kind of wonky. I'm trying to do clothing folds, as you can see here. Creases and stuff. What else is noteworthy about this? This one here. This little man here. That's how I used to draw. A lot of the kind of square jaw, dot eyes kind of thing. And this I copied from a cartoon hair reference. And I think that's the most solid thing on this page. Here's a self-portrait. This is a selfie that I took once with a cat filter. It looks alright. It's a bit... It looks intentional. The lip looking so weird here, if you can see that. But that was an accident. It wasn't supposed to look like that. Here, my mom bought me sort of a cartoonist kit for children. You're given this. I wouldn't know what to compare it to, but it's sort of this plastic. It's a piece of plastic, and you can basically trace over or draw over some of the exercises in the book. I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but instead of using the thing provided by the kit, I just tried to copy it. Yeah, I just tried copying it. Here, this is some shape exercises. This is me copying directly off of the book, just to have a feel of how it's supposed to look like. What are the lines? What lines are you supposed to use? That sort of thing. The last page was head shapes, and this is like facial features. These are eyes over here, noses. Yeah, just eyes and noses actually. And here's some faces in profile. Oh, and this is for my journalism class. For people who don't know me, I'm in communications. I'm studying communications, and this was for a political cartoon. This was and this was last year, around the first months of last year, during the senatorial elections, or I don't know if it was before or after, during. So this is the angle I wanted to tackle. How some of the this is a parody of this commercial that one senator did for his campaign. He danced to a popular song, sort of a meme song, and I just thought it was unbecoming of a politician. And here's where I explored more ideas. So I thought of drawing sort of a post-apocalyptic landscape. It doesn't look like that, but there are buildings in the background, smoke. I don't mind it. It looks alright, I think. And I messed up the shadows. The shadows aren't supposed to look like that, because this makes it look like the light's straight on them instead of behind them, which is what I was going for. They were supposed to be back. I think I took some pages away from this. Before this, I think I drew the Codwell from the knockoff Drawfee host episode on Drawfee. And here's some cartoon characters drawn with marker with no construction lines, which explains why some of the proportions look weird, especially Phineas. I think this is the start of the Donald meme. I draw Donald Duck a lot, which you'll see. This is my friend Athena as Mario. I don't remember the context of this one. And I think she drew the face and I drew the rest of her costume here. This was supposed to be Aang, but I had a hard time making him look right. That his head was always too small or the wrong shape, and same thing with his arms. This was me and Jeff were playing this game where he would describe a character and I would just draw it out. So he started with a bean. So here's that bean shape. And then he said hairy legs, wearing a hat, that sort of stuff. Here's another Donald. I think before this Bean Man, I drew a pretty accurate, I would say, depiction of Donald that I directly copied off the internet. Some official art of Donald, copied directly off it. And after this Donald, there's another one, and sort of a less good one. I don't know what to say. Here's another Donald with a heart. This is a very bad Donald. It doesn't seem like I drew this. It's too bad for me to draw. This, I have no idea what this was supposed to be. I think this had a punchline, and I drew this just to remind me of that joke, but I forgot, so now it's just some random doodle I have here. And I didn't even use the rest of the page, it's just there. This was an assignment for the school newspaper. I was supposed to cover the intramurals, the the cheering competition, and I was trying to figure out how to draw the costumes of the different mascots, because I'll flash it on the screen, or yeah, I'll flash it on the screen. I'll flash it on the screen what I ended up doing. So I practiced drawing the mascots so I could draw them in a simpler style. Here I tried drawing some Disney characters from memory because a lot of artists I follow on YouTube do this challenge. So this is Stitch from memory, this is Mulan, and then for comparison I drew them side by side. This is Demonic Stitch, this is Demonic Mulan. And here's, wait, let's start with the, do I still have those? Oh yeah, here we go. So I was challenged to draw Max from the Goofy movie. What's his name? The dog from Toy Story. I'm forgetting their names. The Firefly from Princess and the Frog. The Ariel's friend from The Little Mermaid, and Pascal, the iguana or chameleon. I forget what he is, but you know, I forgot his species and drew the horse. So here we go. This is Pascal, you know, not a horse actually. This is Goofy. I'm Max. Sorry, this is Max. And this is Max as a person. Over here. Flounder, and I remember. I'm still forgetting his name. And I forgot his name too. This page, you know, drawing the crystal gems. Oh, and this is me angry. I think I had a bad day at school, so I drew that. You can see here the process of this little cartoon here. I tried drawing in that like minimalist kind of, frankly, kind of ugly looking style. Ugly for me, you know, as the person who's drawing it. I tend to draw the jaw too big, so you can see that I try to shade away the jaw. And this is a bit more cartoony, and then until I settled into this kind of how I draw usually now. So that ends my sketchbook, but I thought since there was some overlap between those and some other drawings I did, I'm going to show these drawings that I worked on some printer paper or whatever people call it. So I'm going to bring the original out, because here's a redo I did. It's much better. The faces look much better. They actually look like they have form. They're not so flat. It's clear that they're a male and a female. But the issue that was pointed out to me, which I agree with, is that the way I split their face doesn't give them a lot of form. Makes them look a little flat. It would have been better if I followed the contours of their face instead of just making it this circle. Okay, now next thing is this self-portrait I did. Very Tumblr. Here we go. I tried drawing my ideal self, so I'm a demon rock star who likes to read. Wow. This seems like a throwback, but I actually just drew it a few months ago, which is a little embarrassing. I redid this digitally. Um, I posted it on my blog, my Tumblr blog. I'm, I'll link that in the description so you can see uh, what I've been doing for digital art. This is now my 6 fan arts. As usual, um, with my sketchbook. Um, for the non-original stuff, for the stuff that I based on existing properties, I just copied it directly off of official art that I found. If you don't know these characters, this is HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. This is Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. Willy Wonka from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Alice from the Disney adaptation of Alice in Wonderland. This is Roxanne from the Goofy movie and BoJack Horseman. I think these are pretty good. I was really happy and satisfied with how it turned out. Except for Willy Wonka, I kind of messed it up, but everything else looked fine. I redid this digitally. It's on my blog. I think I tried doing something on my blog. It's a bit of a departure. I tried drawing. I still base it from reference just to get the costume right and everything, but I tried drawing it in my own style. I don't think I have my own. I don't think I have my own established style, but it was an attempt at doing something different. Here's a colored version of BoJack Horseman in my own style and whatever that is. It's pretty similar to how the artists already draw BoJack Horseman. I added a little more detail, which for drawing it makes sense, but for animation, of course, you have to cut a few corners because you have to animate so much. So I've heard. And this was a bit of a style mashup challenge, like on Drawfee. Here is Princess Bubblegum in the style of BoJack Horseman. I think she's fine. This costume is based on something that Bubblegum actually wears on the show. And I tried making her as flat as possible and have that kind of 3/4 kind of weird looking style that they have in BoJack Horseman. Yeah, and I think it looks fine. I think she would fit in on BoJack Horseman. I don't know how. If they ever have a crossover, I expect she'll probably look like this. Next, it's in pencil. I didn't really. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can. But it's a drawing of Hide the Pain Herald. I was watching BAM Animation's stream, and one of their prompts was Hide the Pain Herald. So here he is. It's too bad you can't see him very well. Here is so I remember those ram drawings I did, ram and swan drawings. This is what it became. For the school newspaper, we had to draw zodiac. We had to draw zodiac symbols. We had to change the zodiac signs into different symbols. I don't know how to describe the assignment. You know, the sketchbook stuff is pretty rough. Not very impressive, honestly, in my opinion, but by the time I get to the end, and you know, with the printer paper stuff, I think I've improved at least somewhat. And you know, since quarantine started, my my love for art, you know, was reignited. Drawing and writing comic books and cartoons was my passion for a while when I was a kid, but I got interested in different things which, you know, didn't pan out. So, you know, I found that going back into something that I was into before was therapeutic in a sense. And after the sketchbook, I worked on some digital art for a while. You can see that on the blog. And when the tablet that I was borrowing stopped functioning, I got back into using traditional materials again. I got back into using traditional materials again. Maybe I'll show that next year or something, whenever. Thank you for watching this sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed watching my growth as a artist, I guess. That's it. Bye.